New Jersey polished off Florida this afternoon 4-0.
Incidentally, in that Pittsburgh game, Mario Lemieux is playing and has what? Two assists. No goals, but 2 assists.
So didn't have a goal in the first 6 anyway. I'm not sure about the other one. There was a chance in front of the net. It's knocked down, and May couldn't pick up the pass from LaFontaine. Back to center ice it comes. Now sent in over the Buffalo line to Cunneyworth. Tempted to clear it in front. Ashley got in front of it. Ashley ducked away on a check. Back into the corner to Zhitnik, feeding it around to May. Couldn't get it in his skates. Kept into Cunneyworth. He takes a shot. That's steered away, and now a mix-up in the goal crease. Hasek's down on the ice. Trying to get back up, and finally does. Zhitnik bounces with his check and takes away the puck in the corner. Then in turn loses it. Tormanen keeping it in. Here the Senators, another chance, and Cunneyworth failed to catch that one. Cunneyworth dropping it off in the corner. Ottawa keeping the pressure on, though. It's knocked down in front. Cunneyworth taken off the puck by LaFontaine. Sent to Astley at center ice. He works it to May. May in over the line. Astley called on the outside. 1:42 to go in the period.
Now the Sabres again continue to have problems in their own zone, and it's particularly difficult for defensemen like Mark Astley, who are under pressure, and they have to go back, get the puck with a winger right on them and make a play. And I think what the Sabres ought to start doing is moving their wingers up further on the or toward the blue line, because that Ottawa defense is pinching very aggressively and have been all evening. Here's that play that Tormanen made as he went to the front of the net, tumbled into Hasek along with Zhitnik, and then Tormanen got up and made a nice play to the front to create a scoring chance.
Hughes tipping it back in and then mixing it up a bit with Hill, but the linesman jumps in between those two. Andy Van Helleman, the referee, and Per Piers are the linesmen, Shampoo and Rosico.
Hasek, the number 1 star of tonight's game.
Hands down to this point.
Not even close. 26 shots on goal, 25 saves. He has been the only reason the Sabres are tied in this hockey game and not trailing by 3 or 4.
Buffalo has but 9 shots. Duchesne tipping it off the boards. Comes away, but going over there to break it up was Pekka. Now it goes to Bodger. Bodger slipping one high in the air and over the line to Barnaby. Barnaby back to the point to Galley. Fought off a check, but his shot didn't get through. And Hill sends it out and back into the Buffalo end. Bodger corralling it back there. Here's Doug Bodger leading the rush with a pass on the wing to Hughes. Nice move in over the line. Lets it go. That one deflected into the corner off Hill. Hill's got it again, and Hughes took a run at him. Out at center with less than a minute remaining in the second. Bodger fires a pass to Barnaby. Barnaby had difficulty. Hughes whipped it in on a delayed offside. The Sabres clear the zone and start to make changes. Barnaby got in there too early. Got a piece of Hill, but it goes down the ice and in behind the Buffalo net. Hasek tips it off in the corner. Huda around on the boards. And Netzcash must track it down now with a half a mo to go. Up at center, Chorsky just feeds it through center. Pearson didn't see the puck. Cut in around behind Hasek. He helps it around on the board for Pearson again. Pearson doesn't get it out. And he goes after it again. Still can't get it out. Senators doing the forechecking and keeping it in there. Holzinger trying to poke at it. Roll on the boards again. Back to Beaudry with a long shot. That's kicked away. And Holzinger picks it off. 5 seconds to go in the period. Holzinger lost control of it at the line. Spun out and went down as the play is called on the offside. Rightfully so, with 2.5 seconds to go in the period.
Brian Holzinger last year won the Hobey Baker Award, the best player in college hockey. There are many writers and knowledgeable hockey people picking him to possibly win the Calder Trophy as the outstanding rookie in the NHL.
Troy Millette is leaving the ice and is being escorted by the trainer, and he looks somewhat the worse for wear. It does not appear to be just an equipment problem. He's got a little more than that going for him, I believe. I don't remember him being...
I don't either. The trainer was certainly lending a helping arm to Troy Millette.
And that's going to do it for this second period as Pearson, there's a little word or two with Tormanen as the period comes to an end, but come to an end it does, and all the scoring in this game came in the period, but only one apiece.
Yeah, really an outstanding 40 minutes so far by the Ottawa Senators, and an outstanding 40 minutes by Dominik Hasek.
He is doing it again and again, and I know somebody who will not disagree, and that's Barry Butel.
Thank you, gentlemen. Coming up during the second period intermission, we'll chat with Sabres center Brian Holzinger, who you just talked about. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard, and Rick and Jim will have their second period analysis. That's all coming up after 2 periods from Ottawa. The Sabres and Senators are tied at 1. Keep it where you have it right here on the Empire Sports Network.
Sabres hockey is brought to you in part by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. By your local Chevy Geo dealers. And by the Pepsi Cola bottlers of Western New York. After 40 minutes of play, this has been the Dominik Hasek Show. Sure, Gary Galley put Buffalo on top with the power play goal. But then Picard came back to tie it up just about a minute and a half after that. But look at the shots on goal. 27-9 for Ottawa. Hasek has been marvelous.
Matthew Barnaby would like nothing better than to score a goal here tonight in Ottawa. This is his hometown area, and I talked to Matthew tonight before we came to the hockey game, and I said to him, I said, well, did you get any tickets tonight? Oh, yeah. He said, about 35 or 40. And I said, yeah, and you paid for them too, right? And he sort of gave me a look out of the corner of his eye, and he said, well, I paid for 3 of them. For my mother, he said, my uncle, and my brother. So he is well represented and well cheered for here tonight, Matthew Barnaby.
Well, now we begin this final period, maybe. This is all tied up at 1.
If you're the Sabres, I mean, you look at this game, and I'm sure the players were talking between periods. They've been outplayed, outshot. They haven't been outscored. It's still 1-1, and they're telling each other, look, and I'm sure the coaching staff said the same thing, win 1 period and we win the hockey game.
Go. Drury coming away to center now for Ottawa. He'll whip one in by Gallant. Chopped around behind the net. Senators keeping it in there. Zhitnik tied up with his check. Here's Drury with it in the corner. Drury trying to get away from Galley, who stays right on him. Zhitnik whacked it behind the net. Tipped free, but not out. Finally, May comes up with the puck in the corner. May fires it at center. LaFontaine just failed to get away. He carries on, however. LaFontaine in over the line. Take this shot back to May. Let it go. And it's deflected to the corner as May was taken down by Drury. Steps into his man. Sent away to center ice. Bodger recovers for Buffalo. Tips it over to Zhitnik. Zhitnik using the boards. Trying to clear it in. Wolverson. I think they did have too many men on the ice. You heard somebody yell. Now here comes Ottawa with a chance. Straka in front of the net. An opportunity lost. It clears wide. Sent in behind the goal to Straka again. Straka jammed in there and knocked down by May, who comes up with the puck. He's flipping it up at center. Kick free by Hughes. Couldn't get anywhere. Sent back in the other direction.
Go.
Now here are the Senators with Picard coming in over the line. Picard cleared it in front. That's broken up, and Barnaby starts right back again with Hughes. Barnaby to the Ottawa line. Gets it in over the line, trying to muscle his way through the defense, but it's taken away. Fired off the boards to Picard. He got squeezed out. Back at center ice. Astley covering up for Buffalo. Dealing it across to Bodger. Firing it up now. Hughes carrying on. In over the line. Took a shot. That went off Duchesne to the corner. It's hacked high. Off the glass and all the way down the ice. And back there after it, Galley to bring it back on an icing call. And a rather suspect change at the Ottawa bench.
It was.
I think they did have too many men out there, but they got away with that one.
Gary Galley scores the first goal of the 1995-96 season for the Buffalo Sabres back in the second period. A power play goal. Galley, of course, being traded over to the Buffalo Sabres from Philadelphia for Petr Svoboda.
There's a long shot. That just goes wide as the aforementioned Galley let it rip. Kept in by Buffalo in front. The shot right at Beaupre to save. Rebound! And Beaupre stones him alive. Back to center ice for the Senators now. Got to the Buffalo line, way offside. Dig, dipsy, doodle. And it didn't work out.
Well, it's Don Beaupre's turn to shine here tonight. Two terrific saves. First of all, off Scott Pearson. And then on the rebound, Himmelev could not beat Don Beaupre from Waterloo, Ontario. Here's the first save. Look at the goaltender. Similar to Hasek, after making the initial save, even though the rebound is in front of the net, not where you'd like to put it, but he's there in position to make the save on the rebound. Sabres' best scoring chances in a long time.
Drop it between Drury and LaFontaine. Latter winning the draw. Ashley watched by Drury, tips it back to May in the corner. He gets squeezed out, but goes after it again. It was difficulty, lost it behind the net. Here's a chance, got deflected, knocked down in front. Drury a shot. It's knocked down and it's clipped out to center ice. And now fired right into the Ottawa bench inadvertently by Netskash.
Now some good scoring chances, but that time Dominic Hasek got some help from his friends, his defenseman, as Gary Galley fell down to block the shot. Now, Hasek has been the best player on the ice by a long shot here tonight. Watch Gary Galley make this outstanding defensive play. As the Senators were firing away from point-blank position, he saved that. Second one.
Holzinger ready for the draw now, kicking away at it, tipped over the line wide of the net. Beaupre scoops it around behind the goal. Pearson runs into his check there. That's Hill. They're still bouncing along the boards. Hill fired it, didn't get it out. Zhitnik tried to shovel it back into the corner, but it finally comes to center. And away goes Chorsky. He rolled it ahead. Huda took it back. And got it to center. Duchesne blasts it right back in again. Up there for Zhitnik. Up on the wing, Himmelev, nice pass through center, finding Pearson. Pearson gets over the line, trying to get around Duchesne. Duchesne took him down. Back into the corner, Quinn and Pearson collide. Slapped around behind the net again. Hill fires it up the middle. Pass going to Quinn. Quinn to the Buffalo blue line, leaves it there to Chorsky. He shoveled it into the corner for Dag. Dag drops it back. Flipped in along the boards to Chorsky. Huda's on him. Came out in front of the net, just wide. And they slap at it again, and finally it's taken by Huda. Huda whipping it high in the air to center, too far for Holzinger. Whacked back in the other direction. Now it's cleared as far as the Ottawa line, sent through center ice, knocked down there. Straka carries on, went it in over the line, and then bailed out on the check. Comes to center ice. Hughes coming back again with a pass too high for Barnaby, who races after it in the corner and runs into Dahlquist, hitting him behind the net. Cleared around on the boards. Hughes trying to keep it in there as he bounces with his man. Finally recovered by Huffman. Senators will just whip it out and all the way. Now, what the heck was he thinking about? That's going to be an icing. I don't know what Chris Dahlquist was thinking of. No doubt about the icing whatsoever. And this score remains tied at 1, 4 minutes into the third period on Empire. Be a part of the new attitude with the Sabres season ticket package. Choose from the 10, 20, or 41 game packages and save big on great seats. Just have to call 856-8100 for more. Pennyworth whipping it up through center ice now. Brought in over the line. A chance for the Senators to get another opportunity on goal. Bodger broke it up. It came in front of the net. That's knocked down by May. They whack away at it right beside the net. Finally cleared to the corner, but Pennyworth keeps it in. Pennyworth sliding it into Drury. He leaves it there. Going after it for the Senators is Cormanen. Put it in front! And Hasek makes the save by sprawling again. Pennyworth once more. That's taken away. Sabres will now get it out. May to center ice. May fights off a check. Finally whips it in. Went around behind the net. Beaupre came out to trap it. And now it's cleared up ahead to the blue line. Not out. Zhitnik a shot. And he picked off Daw. Daw goes crashing to the ice as Zhitnik wound up and let a one-timer go.
Now Jason Daw was cruising in front of the net as that shot came in. You see the mouth guard that he spit. Maybe perhaps it's a good thing that he had that in place. But here's the rolling puck as Zhitnik gulped it towards the front of the net. He never got there as it struck Jason Daw. He may have gotten him in the neck or the side of the neck.
I didn't think it caught him flush in the face, which is a darn good thing, but he does not appear to be bleeding. I don't see any blood on the ice. That doesn't mean he's not injured. I'm not saying that whatsoever. He's certainly in some distress. Trainer Jim Pizzatelli out with a close eye on things. Referee Van Hellemond was right there and took a look to make sure that he'd been hurt, and then he tooted the whistle immediately.
The Sabres are just hoping that Jason's going to be all right. Buffalo already running into injury problems with Randy Burge not in the lineup tonight for Buffalo with a shoulder injury, although he could play in Boston. Jason Daw is going to go to the Buffalo dressing room.
A little worse for wear. I think a bit woozy. He's working his way off with some assistance from both Jim Pizzatelli and George Babcock.
Now let's see. Ted Nolan goes, or pats Yuri Himalev on the back and tells him to go out with LaFontaine. Well, I beg your pardon. Now he's going to make the line change with Holzinger, Himalev, and Pearson.
And the other thing is, partner, the Sabres bench is getting a little bit short now that Haas is gone, or Daw is gone, and also earlier in the game, Craig Muni thrown out after a high sticking incident.
Now, Dominic Hasek, you just cannot teach this goaltending style. Is so familiar with his skates pointed toward the back of the net, and the puck not over the goal line. That's the main thing.
There's a long shot by Hill. It's handled easily by Hasek, and gives it to Zhitnik. Zhitnik working it around on the wall. Himalev squeezes it up to Holzinger, going with Pearson. Holzinger, nice move, and over the line, and he ripped it wide. It was deflected, chopped off the side of the net again. Well, fed off the boards and all the way through center. Zhitnik will track it down. Zhitnik. Grab behind the net. That's a penalty for sure. Not a very bright one by Picard. Right in front of the referee. He just tackled Zhitnik. And the fans are booing. Well, if they are, they didn't see it. And if they didn't see it, then I don't know why. Troy Millette, who was aided off the ice earlier in this game, is back on the bench for Ottawa and now comes out on the whistle stoppage to take a little bit of a skate.
Brian Holzinger, as Picard sits down in the penalty box. Brian Holzinger, watch this move he puts on Duchesne. But to Duchesne's credit, he quickly recovered. He's a very agile defenseman. And Holzinger, one of the faster skaters on the ice tonight. And Duchesne recovered and deflected the shot. So here's the opportunity that Buffalo perhaps looking for, with a chance to take the lead with Michel Picard in the penalty box.
And their only goal in this game has come on the power play. And they get the opportunity to take the lead with the same vein now. Back at center ice, Modry. That's by May, and that one is ripped right into the Buffalo bench. Because it was shot by one of the Senators, the face-off's going to go back to the point of the shot, which was almost smack dab on the blue line.
Rick Bowness was telling us this morning, and I said to him, I said, now come on, Rick. I said, tell me truthfully, do you really feel that you have a better hockey club here this year? And he said, truthfully, he says, I do. And I said, okay, well, why? And he said, because we have improved in the skill department. We have more speed. And he said, yes, of course, Alexei Yashin, we don't have him. There's no sense saying we're not going to miss him, because we are. But from what I've seen here tonight, I believe this club is improved.
Yeah,
much quicker and more skillful, without question.
Don't deny that at all.
And one of the youngsters that they're looking for is Stanislav Metskat. We talked about him earlier, one of the really rising stars in the NHL, a solid defenseman, and playing with a guy like Steve Duchesne is an excellent offensive player, defenseman. Metskat is very good defensively.
Here's Zhitnik working it in now. One hand on the stick, fends off the defender, goes around behind the net, still has the puck. Dumped it back in the other direction for May. May trying to jam it into the corner. Kicked free along the boards. Held in by LaFontaine. Cuts in front of the net and shot it just wide. Zhitnik holding it in now. They pick at it. May along the boards. Gets it free. LaFontaine out in front. The shot right on. Beaupre makes the save and hangs on to that one as Pekka let it go.
That's simply a veteran goaltender sensing the play or reading the play. Watch Pat LaFontaine, first of all, so quick as he cuts to the front, just couldn't hook it in the corner. But now the puck will come back onto the stick of Pekka. And watch Beaupre, how quickly he moves across and shuts the door. Here's the play to the front, and there's just nowhere to put it. Nice piece of goaltending by Beaupre, and a faceoff coming up with 1:22 to go on the Buffalo power play. 13:48 remaining in regulation time. Still 1-1.
LaFontaine stays out there, wins the draw, back to the point to Galley. He has Zhitnik, gives it to him. Zhitnik fakes his shot to Galley again. Lets it go, knocked down in front of the net. And the Senators get the opportunity now and take full advantage of it by clearing it down the ice. Drury, the first one down, so Hasek tips it into the corner for Zhitnik. Zhitnik working it at center. Here's May trying to get away. May to Pekka, cutting in. Pekka shoots one. Oh, Beaupre picked that one off.
Mike Pekka going for the far corner. Here's a great look at it, and Beaupre has the angle, and quick as a wink, flicks out that left glove and makes a big save as Pekka is robbed by Beaupre. 55 seconds remaining in the Buffalo power play.
Some out-of-town scores. Finals. Hartford blanks the Rangers 2-0. Washington, despite losing all that offense, 4-1 winners over St. Louis, and Tampa Bay and Calgary a 3-3 tie. Finals. Well, here's Galley holding it in. Galley drops it off along the boards. Into the corner it goes. Sabres trying to take advantage of the man advantage. Left for LaFontaine. LaFontaine cruising around, slides it into the corner again to Holzinger. Holzinger back to Galley, took his shot, but that's knocked down, and the Senators will get it out of there. Chorsky in over the Buffalo line, forces it in front, and Daigle fanned on it. Daigle now along the wall, he keeps it in there. Here's Daigle cutting in front with his shot. Hasek to save the rebound. Hasek covers up in the goal crease, and Chorsky and Daigle causing some problems there, and the whistle had gone. Chorsky didn't know it had gone, apparently.
A wonderful puck pursuit by Alexander Daigle, and that's another thing Bowness told us about this morning. He said, we need Alexander Daigle to get on the puck. And watch how quickly he comes up with this puck, and then with the quick move to create the scoring chances. He's so dangerous with his quickness and his speed, and Chorsky cannot bounce it in off of Hasek. It's an excellent penalty coming, led by Alexander Daigle.
LaFontaine stays out there. Only 17 seconds left in the penalty. Recovered by Astley. Astley winds up in his own end. To center ice it comes to May. He backhands it in and then runs right over Pekka. Flip back into the corner. Dahlquist missed it. Kept in by the Sabres. Astley works it now to May. May, top of the circle, fired it in. That's kicked into the corner. LaFontaine leaves it there. Held in by May. May back to Astley. Ottawa back at full strength. Astley cleared it in front. That missed everybody, and Picard has it now. Picard got it to center ice. Here come the Senators, forcing it in over the line. Alfredson got knocked off stride. Taken away to Bodger. He leaves it there. LaFontaine failed to get it out. Duchesne's long shot went wide on the short side. Recovered by Astley. Squeezes it off the boards to center ice, and Hill golfs it right back in again. Now Buffalo will change. Right as far as center. Pearson deflects it down the ice. Evans tipping it around behind the net. Millette going out there after it. Went all the way to center, and Zhitnik picks it off. Feeds it right back in again. Senators going to get it out again, due to center, and Zhitnik picks it off and starts back. Up to Himmelev. Bounced it in over the line. Duchesne fired it up to McCleary. That's taken away neatly by Huda. Huda whips it right back in. Hill cranks it around to the boards. Sabres Zhitnik keeping it in. Into the corner it goes. Pearson hacked at it. Leaving it for Himmelev. Drops it off in the corner. A chance for Buffalo. Back for Zhitnik. Zhitnik around behind the net. Zhitnik cruises out in front. He clears it across ice. Himalev lets it go. That's deflected in front. The rebound is scooped away as Holzinger lost his balance and went down. Himalev sends it to Zhitnik. Another shot. Just fired it wide. Huda trying to hold it in and does so successfully. Millette in the corner for Ottawa. Coming back. Millette to center ice now to the Buffalo line. Brings it in over the line. Watched by Huda. Took his shot and Hasek makes the save. And Huda and Millette are going to be separated now. This one is still all tied up at one. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period on Empire. The Buffalo Sabres will leave after tonight's game to fly to Boston. Now that may sound pretty simple, except that they land in Bedford, Mass, which is about an hour's drive from downtown Boston and their hotel. Now, given that this was a late start, they're going to be in the wee hours of the morning before they get to bed on this weekend. Good thing they don't have to play until Monday afternoon. There's a shot by Chorski is right on, and Hasek was there. Bodger up the middle, it goes to Hannon. On the wing now to Hughes. Hughes clears it to the corner. Barnaby racing in there after it. He bumps with Dahlquist. It goes down. Hughes tried to come up with a puck. Fed around on the boards. Bodger trying to keep it in. And does on his knees. Nice play. Flipped it back behind the net. Beaupre handles it there. Got it around to Dahlquist. He took another belt from Barnaby. At center ice, Galley. Got it over to Bodger. He was almost handcuffed. Up to Hughes again. Whips it in. Dahlquist picks it up. Here comes Barnaby again. And runs him again. Now at center, Hughes slapped at it but couldn't move it ahead. Finally rolls down the ice. In behind the net, scooped around into the corner. Hughes is there for Buffalo and just eases it out to center ice. Sabres are trying to complete a change. Senators bringing it back. Quinn is offside. And let's go down and check in with Barry Butel.
Well, thank you, Rick. Injury update for the Buffalo Sabres. Jason Dodd, injured jaw. He is going to the hospital for x-rays. That'll be determined later on. He definitely will not return in this hockey game.
And we also commented, of course, thank you, Barry, that the Sabres bench is getting shorter. The fact that they lost Craig Muni in the first period as a result of a high stick and a resulting game misconduct. And now, of course, Jason Dodd.
So Ted Nolan not only had to juggle his defense earlier, now must juggle the forward line. Now he has LaFontaine with Pekka and Brad May. So Pekka has taken over for Jason Daw on that line, at least for this shift.
And it's fed off the boards by Astley. And Pekka is racing after it. He gets there first. Great play. No icing. Pekka's got it again. Oh, he tried to clear it in front for Huda, who was going to the net. Broken up. Cleared to center ice. Cunnyworth wheels it through center to Drury. Drury cranks one in off the glass. Tipped around on the boards. May took out his check, but it's fed right beside the net. Huda takes it away. Huda can't get it out. Here the Senators keeping it in. Left down in front of the net. And it's scooped free to LaFontaine. Leaves it to Pekka. And Pekka gave it away with a bad pass. Cunnyworth brings it in over the line. Cunnyworth feeds it into Drury. He ripped it high and wide. Tipped around on the boards. Kept in now by the Senators again. Knocked down in front of the net. May takes his check in along the boards and comes up with a puck. May feeds it all the way around on the other side. Pekka failed to get it out. Here's May. Getting it back to Astley. Astley clears it ahead for LaFontaine. He leaves it there to Huda. Huda stumped it through center right on the goaltender Beaupre, and the teams are changing. Now it's cleared all the way in the other direction down to Hasek. Here's Zhitnik turning in the corner, losing control, going after it again, and it's poked free to Pearson to Himalev. Himalev for Holzinger. Holzinger gets over the Ottawa line. Can't control the puck, sent back to center ice. Here's Straka trying to get away. Straka gets taken off the puck, but carrying on McClure. He shoots it wide. That's Alfredson. Alfredson along the boards, knocked free, back for Duchesne. He took a shot. And off Zhitnik's skate to the corner. Straka holding it in there. Ottawa with some more great opportunities. Alfredson getting it back to the point again. Another long shot. That's kicked away. Cleared but not out. Senators keeping it in. They keep the pressure on. Himalev knocks down his man along the boards. They go after it, fighting for it again. Alfredson kicking it free. Bothered by Galley. Alfredson and Galley are still pushing and shoving along the boards. Now it's booted into the corner. Came in front of the net. Held in at the point. A long shot by Duchesne. Deflected away. Clear to the blue line, but not out. Senators keeping it in again. They kick at it along the boards. Not out again. Here it is in front of the net. That's taken away. Not out. Now finally Holzinger Badger gets the opportunity, and he slides out to center. Hits the Ottawa line. Took his shot right on Beaupre. Snares that one and hangs on for the faceoff. Oh, the Senators are doing everything, but it still remains tied at 1 on the Sabres Hockey Network on Empire. Oh, well, they're shaking their booty here in Ottawa, happy that the Senators are at least tied in this game.
Howdy was a relative of yours.
On what side of the family?
I'm not going to touch that one.
Here's a chance for Bodger, tipping it into the corner. A battle going on in front of the net. Cleared around the boards. Bodger moves up again to keep it in there to Hannon. But he can't control the puck, and it's sent up ahead by the Senators to Daig. Daig tipping it through center ice. Quinn whips it across to the other side. Carried on by Huffman, bringing it in over the Buffalo line. Steered into the corner. After it, Bodger. Bodger slides it around to Astley. Astley tried to clear it, gave it away, kept in, but now cleared out over the line. Dahlquist brought it back in, and Dahlquist paid the price as Hughes flattened him on the delayed offside. Finally cleared to center. Hughes starting away again. Cross ice pass for Barnaby, too far. Netzcash takes it away. Well, cleared, not out. Now it comes out over the line. And he heads to the bench. Up Astley, got it to Zhitnik. Zhitnik sails one into the corner. Here's LaFontaine. Cleared it in front. Then behind the net is Hughes to LaFontaine. Trying to cut out in front. Hughes has got it again. Hughes holding it in there for Buffalo. Drops it off in the corner. Barnaby is there first. Barnaby gets knocked down. Back to the point. Zhitnik moves up. Here's Zhitnik curling. Cleared it right beside the net. They jam at it there. Both right trying to hang on. And finally does as Barnaby has words with Mowbray right beside the net. 6 minutes to go here in the third period, tied at 1. Zhitnik lines up, lets his shot go. It didn't get through. In the corner, LaFontaine fighting for the puck, curling around to Galley. His shot scores! That one was picked right out of the air by Brad May. May whistles it into the net behind Beaupre, and the Buffalo Sabres have their second lead of the game. It's 2-1.
This is a brilliant play by Gary Galley as he shoots the puck toward Brad May. Watch to the right of the screen, and May slaps it by Beaupre, and the Buffalo Sabres take the lead by 2-1. A beautifully executed goal. Watch to the left as May whips it by Beaupre, who had no chance.
And play underway. Galley feeding it around to the boards. Can't get it out. Kept in by Ottawa. That's knocked down. Here's Cunningworth, one hand on his stick. Fighting along with LaFontaine. They wrestle. Goes behind the net. LaFontaine takes it away. LaFontaine then grabbed from behind by Cunningworth. Scoop free and goes to Pekka. Pekka starting out with May. Pekka to the Ottawa line and over. And is going to be called on the offside. Netzcash was right with him. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third period.
You want a player like Mike Pekka on that play to be aggressive and try to beat a defenseman, but it was 2-on-2. Brad May was going down the ice with him, and I think in that instance, with the Buffalo Sabres taking the lead, you want to get the puck deep into the corner, but Brad May, who has been very aggressive tonight, right from the opening faceoff, is rewarded for his hard work with the go-ahead goal for Buffalo after Galley and LaFontaine drawing the assists.
The last time the Sabres scored in this game, Ottawa came right back a little over a minute later to tie it up. Now, Senators whipping it through center to Picard. Picard trying to get around Bodger. Goes with him into the corner. They bump in there. Pearson takes his check out. Game free. Alfredson trying to knock it in front of the net. Huda takes it away. Huda's got time. Tips it off the glass inside the Ottawa line. This one is dribbling down the ice and won't make it to icing. Cleared around behind the net. Himalev trying to come up with it. Can't do it. It bounces ahead to Straka. 5 minutes remaining in the third period. 2-1 Buffalo. Poked around behind the net again. Hill has it for the Senators. Hill off the glass, off Bodger, and down the ice. That'll allow the Senators to change. It was cleared off the glass again over Barnaby's head. This goes wide of the Ottawa net, and this is going to be an icing call as it was Kerry Huffman was back to pick it up. 4.5 to go in the third. 2-1 Buffalo on the Empire Sports Network. The Boston Bruins, despite a hat trick from Cam Neely, had to settle for a 4-4 tie at home with the in their game this afternoon with the Islanders. And there you see the other scores flashing by you on the screen. Face off now in Buffalo territory. Daig kicks it back to the point. Dahlquist the screen shot. Hasek makes the save. Galley cruises behind his own net. Uses the boards. Trying to get it out. And Hughes flung it out to center ice. Hughes has got it again. Going to squeeze it along the wall. Can't do it. Not free. Brought back in by Chorsky. His shot. That one gets blocked. Zhitnik takes it away. Nice play to Barnaby. Working it up at center for Hannon. Couldn't reach it in time. Coming back is Quinn. Quinn through the middle. He slides it in wide of the Buffalo net. Galley and Quinn bump in the corner. Galley fired it off Barnaby out to center. Less than 4 minutes to go now. Sent right back in. Galley comes up with it. Works it over to Zhitnik. Zhitnik up on the wing. Barnaby deflects it in. That goes back into the corner. Netzcash feeding it ahead, and the Senators will work it right back out again. Up for Daig. Daig hits the Buffalo line, puts on the brakes, drops it back to Netzcash, took his shot. Hasek the save. The rebound is right in front, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here to Buffalo for holding. And it's going to go to Doug Bodger. 3.5 to go in the third, and the Sabres find themselves shorthanded.
Well, Doug Bodger began arguing with Van Hellemond. Of course, that's not going to change the referee's mind. Watch in front of the Buffalo goaltender. There's Bodger as he ties up Cunnyworth and gets called 2 minutes for holding. I think that's a pretty good call. On a power play coming up for Ottawa with 3:31 remaining in regulation time. Because of the goal by Brad May, the Sabres have the lead here in the third, 2-1. Ted Nolan urging his troops on. Dominik Hasek has been the best player on the ice tonight for Buffalo. And now the pressure is really on his shoulders.
Well, I kind of think he's probably been the best player in North America tonight. I haven't seen any of the other games, but I don't imagine anybody starring any more than this man has. Straka against Hannon. Sabres have been great with their penalty killing tonight. Perfect. Hoffman works it down low to Alfredsson. Alfredsson hanging on and dumps it in wide of the net. Gets it right back from Chorsky. Alfredsson lets his shot go, and Hasek grabs a hold of that one and hangs on.
Now the goaltender will tell you, if I see it, I can stop it, or at least Dominik Hasek will. And that time, Alfredsson, who likes to cut out from that off wing and take the shot, let it go. It was a hard shot, but Hasek saw it. And as the Senators did not get position in front, and it wasn't an easy save, but Hasek saw the puck all the way. And usually he will stop it if he sees it.
1:46 left in the penalty. 3:17 remaining on the game clock. Buffalo in front by 1. The wrestle, it's kept in there. Back to Huffman. Huffman looking for Duchesne. Gives it to him. Duchesne trying to work it down low. Tipped along the boards. Good play. Himmelev is there. Doesn't get it out. Still doesn't get it out. Senators keeping it in. Himmelev hacking away. Trying to get it out of there. Can't do it. Duchesne keeps it in. Duchesne intercepted by Hannon. Now Hannon ever so slowly through center ice. Tapping it down the ice and going for a rest. 1:15 left in the penalty. Ottawa working it back again with Huffman. And finally Quinn will hack that one in. Hasek knocks it down behind the net, leaving it for Huda. Huda zips it off the glass and into the crowd.
2 minutes 36 seconds remaining. And Doug Huda being called upon to serve extra duty tonight because of the loss of Craig Muni back in the first period to high sticking. The Sabres with 5 defensemen, and they have Bodger in the penalty box, so they're now down to 4 defensemen. And Doug Huda teamed with Gary Galley for this face-up to the left of Dominik Hasek.
I'm a little bit surprised Bowness has not called a timeout. And he's working on a power play now with 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. If they don't score, you think he'd want to regroup and talk to the boys. There's Duchesne holding it in, slipping it around behind the net. Galley trying to kick it free, gets tied up back there. Daig gives it for Picard. Picard leaves it to Daig. Back around it goes to Picard again. Galley in front of him, off the boards, not out. Huffman keeping it in. Deflects to the other side. Pekka turns, can't get it out. Quinn keeps it in. Here's Quinn, clearing it, took a shot. Buda got in front of it. Now Pekka in the corner can't come up with it. Jammed in behind the net. Picard leaving it to Quinn. Quinn sends it back to Daigle behind the net. Daigle camped behind the Buffalo net, trying to get it in front. Does. That's knocked down. Here it is right in front of the net. Hasek reaches out and finally finds the handle.
I swear that Dominik Hasek, when that puck is bouncing around in the front, just pushes a button and his radar clicks in because he's always on it. And I think he would like to stay down there for a while. He must be dead tired. You can imagine it's so warm in this building and with that heavy goalie equipment.
And there's a man who cannot afford to lose any weight.
No.
He built like a stuffed string.
38 shots for Ottawa and 1 goal. 37 saves by Dominik Hasek.
Well, he really screwed that one up, didn't he?
1 minute.
5 seconds to go in the penalty.
And 1:56 to go in regulation. Buffalo taking the lead 2-1 here in the third period on the goal by Brad May.
Hannon winning the draw. Buda slapping it around on the boards. Himalev hacked at it, couldn't get it out. Zhitnik bumps in there with Chorsky. Senators keeping control of it. Alfredson along the wall, still with the puck. Being bothered by Himalev, knocked down by Himalev. Himalev can't get it out. Hoffman keeping it in. There's a shot. That just goes wide. Chorsky's got it now. Chorsky drops it off in the corner, taken by Daigle. Daigle trying to force it in front of the net. Rolls right beside the net. Buffalo back at full strength. Here's Hannon skating away to center, but then gave it away to Chorsky. Back comes Ottawa again and over the line. Alfredson's shot doesn't get through. May works it up ahead to Hannon. Hannon would like to get to the bench. He finally feeds it in, and now he'll get the opportunity. 1:10 left in the third period. Clear to the corner for Duchesne. Duchesne starting back to Straka. Ottawa pulling their goaltender. It's fired up to the Buffalo line. Called on the offside, and Beaupre only got about halfway to the blue line. And now retreats toward the net with 1:02 remaining on the clock.
Martin Straka expected to carry much of the burden for scoring goals and creating goals. He's a very good offensive player from the Czech Republic, traded over from the Pittsburgh Penguins for Troy Murray and Norm McIver. He had a terrific season in Pittsburgh back in 93-94 with 30 goals and 64 points. And now
the Senators have called the timeout.
Has used his timeout with 1:02 to go in regulation time.
Well, certainly the Ottawa team territorially has dominated in this hockey game. No one can deny them that. They try to put on a great show for their fans in their home opener, and they've darn well done it, even though they're trailing.
They certainly have, and they've dominated Buffalo, but they haven't dominated
the dominator.
The dominator. He has been dominating here tonight, and that's why anytime you have a goaltender like Hasek, you have a chance to go places, and that's why somebody like Dominik Hasek will be voted or receive votes for the MVP. And he did last year, and of course some pretty tough competition with Eric Lindros and a few others, but Hasek is right up there with the elite.
And he's not exactly short on silverware either. Zhitnik helps him out now by giving him his goal stick as the timeout is consummated. Heads back into his place of business, and Beaupre heads to the bench.
Well, Sabres with a break here because the faceoff is outside the blue line. And LaFontaine, you see him directing traffic for this faceoff as Beaupre will sit down. The net is empty. And we'll see what LaFontaine does. He has his hand turned on his stick, so he's going to try to pull it back into the zone as he positions Zhitnik behind him.
And it worked, at least for the moment. Pekka at center. LaFontaine tried to get away at center, but he couldn't get far enough to take the shot without fearing of a icing call. Now the Senators will fire it back in. And right beside the net, Bodger's got it there. Bodger tipping it high in the air. Whoa, and that one went out of play. Tried to slip it up the wall to LaFontaine at center. 47 seconds to go.
Well, Doug Bodger, you can see the frustration in his face, as all he wanted to do was lift that puck off the glass and have it bounce softly into the Ottawa zone. Instead, the puck went into the crowd, and now the Sabres have the biggest face-off in the game inside their circle to the left of the Buffalo net. Modger's intentions were right. It just didn't work.
Well, it'll be up to LaFontaine to try and do the same thing again against Alexander Daig. Try to win that draw, get it back to Zhitnik, and let Zhitnik probably play it around on the wall to clear the zone. The best laid plans don't always end up that way. Daig certainly has other ideas. And he gets it back to Duchesne. Duchesne fires it across ice and went out to the center ice zone. Alfredsson after it. Pekka's all over him. Cleared up to center. Missed everybody. Here's Zhitnik picking up the puck. 30 seconds. Zhitnik got it out to Himalev. Himalev slides it to LaFontaine. There's an empty net there. LaFontaine backhand. Oh, Alfredsson makes the save. It came in front. Pekka. Oh, shot it wide of the empty net. Here's LaFontaine behind the net. Out in front. Oh, now it goes wide again as Himalev lets it go. Around on the boards it comes all the way to the blue line. Bodger fires one. Scores! LaFontaine finally puts it into the empty net on the deflection to make it a 3-1 count.
How do you like that? They have 2 or 3 point-blank shots, and they score on a deflection as LaFontaine tips the puck into the net, and that's exactly what they're laughing about.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Buffalo
boy.
Sabres were trying to win a Cupid doll tonight, they'd go home empty-handed.
Yeah, don't go to the carnival, folks.
Oh, brother. I mean, that wide open gaping net, and everybody was shooting
And then
wide.
he deflects it in.
And it's all going to turn out well as far as Buffalo is concerned. Huda now slipping it high in the air, just bouncing it down the ice. And now the siren will signal the end, and the Ottawa Senators, in their very brief history, have lost their first opening game.
Dominik Hasek, the dominating player here tonight. You give the Sabres credit. This was not a pretty game for them or a good game, but they found a way to win the game. They came back strong in the third period. Brad May scored what proved to be the winning goal. LaFontaine scores into the empty net to give him a goal and 2 assists for tonight's game.
Well, a nice start and a great effort by Dominik Hasek, and it ends up 3-1 Buffalo. More coming up in a moment as the Sabres win their opening game of this 95-96 season 3-1. More in a moment on Empire. Tonight's Karuba collision of the game, courtesy of Mike Pekka, and I guess in a way, a backward way of Don Beaupre, as Pekka runs right over top of Beaupre. Enormous collision. That's Rob Kahn, actually, I'm sorry. And as a result, Kahn ended up taking a penalty, but the Sabres managed to kill it off. Make the right decision. Insist on Karuba collision. Well, I'll tell you what, partner, I guess the easiest way for me to sum up the game tonight is say, it weren't pretty, but it worked.
It was effective, wasn't it? And that's where the Sabres, again, over the first 40 minutes, depended on Hasek. And they did in the third, but particularly over the first 40 minutes, they didn't play well. They were out-skated, out-hustled in their own zone particularly. But in the third period, they found some way to win the hockey game, and that's what I think that Ted Nolan has.